and welcome to 2025 Bookmas! So I am very excited that we're doing Bookmas this year, and if you didn't see my post where I kind of explained like the posting schedule that we're doing this year is we're doing every other day. So it'll be like Bookmas day 1 will be on the 1st, and then Bookmas day 2 will be on the 3rd, so on and so forth until we hit 12 days of Bookmas. So I'm very excited. I feel like it's going to be absolutely amazing, and the first thing that we need to do in the first video for Bookmas is going to be decorating for Christmas. So if you've watched my channel before, you know that our book room is also our bedroom, also an office space, and so there's a lot of little corners that we can decorate, and so I'm very excited to get into the decorating spirit. Without further ado, welcome to Bookmas. Welcome to Bookmas day 1, and now we're gonna get decorating. Okay, I've gotten onto the floor because everything is laid out and it's just gonna be easier for me to quickly show you. So all the stuff from last year, I'll just have you go to that video if you want to see once we start decorating, if you see something, or you can just comment and I'll remember. So we went to IKEA, TJ Maxx, Home Goods, Hobby Lobby. I think that's it. Other than that, we also did some crafts, and the next video that you're going to be seeing, Bookmas day 2, is us doing those crafts. So I'm going to show them just because we're going to decorate with them, but the in-depth, like more tutorial and all that kind of stuff will be in that video. First thing that we did in that video that you're going to see next, so I don't want to like repeat myself. Oh, I forgot to say we also went to World Market, which is where I got these candles from. Got a red one and a green one, which honestly just worked out. We wanted Christmas candles specifically, but I'm not the biggest fan of Christmas scents, and I also get migraines pretty quickly, so I can't have anything that's super strong. But these are like the perfect, more subtle scents, and they're not necessarily Christmas oriented, but because we were able to find a red and a green that we liked, we feel like it just is like a subtle decor piece. Black Orchid Plum, Wild Moss, and Neroli. I'm not quite sure what that is. So the next thing, I think I'll just do all the home goods stuff. I really was having a hard time because I feel like Christmas is definitely the season where I get the most overstimulated and feel like overwhelmed and crowded by decor. So I was looking for stuff that was small that we could make more for the books than actually like around the room. It's this beautiful ornament. It just came as like a single one. There's a spot in Home Goods where they have single ornaments, so we ended up getting this. It really matches a lot of our books. This bigger reindeer statue, and what makes it really cool is it's all this wire that's like bent together, so if you can kind of see the detailing as you look through it, so it really looks, in my opinion, just like so different. This tea light holder that looks like a little snowball, and I think it is like the cutest, most subtle little touch. This year we had the hardest time trying to find Christmas mugs for some reason. Found these, and they're matching, so I'm not gonna hold up 2, but we got 2 of them, and they just look like this, and they have the very basic Christmas tree. It's on both sides and tan on the bottom. Okay, the next things that we got are definitely like the bigger ticket items, and that's because one, they were more expensive, but they're also like more of the focal piece. We got this blanket. It's a dark green, like a dark foresty green. We're going to try our very hardest to keep the cats away from it so that it doesn't get ruined. And then the next thing we got was this pillow, which is more of like a cream white. It's like in between cream and white. These are just from Amazon. They're standard size pillow shams, but they match the dark forest green. That is everything, and now we're finally able to decorate.
I know sooner or later it will come, the day that I know I'm in love. Will it feel warm and dry like a kiss in July? Will it chill down my bones? Will it cool like the snow? And I look at my window to see what the universe has in store for me. People passing by in the street will be smiling at me, 'cause they already know what it's like being in love. The sky starts to roll up its clouds, so the sun can't just stop hiding out.
it is officially done and I am so excited with the way that it turned out. I love literally every aspect of this room, and especially for it being like this time of year, it is just so cute. Here's the tour. So the first thing that I want to highlight is this cutie little tree. We got this a couple years ago when Sam was away at school because we were trying to make her college apartment feel like seasonal and fun. It's really important that we always have this every year. I feel like we're never gonna get rid of it because it's just like our first seasonal piece that we got together. Going into the mugs and like our little coffee station. So we ended up getting this the other day, and this was the most recent addition to our Christmas decor. This is holding our sugar, and I just feel like it adds like the cutest little touch of Christmas in this corner. The next thing that we have are all of our little mugs. So this I showed, and they're actually from Home Goods. These match the white and tan in the tree. You're gonna kind of see that we went with trees as like the highlighting of like the seasonal decor, like the thing that we picked. But these we actually got from a friend for Christmas. So we have a green one and a red one, and then we have two of these. I forgot to mention we also have a little Christmas mat under here. I'm not going to pull it up, but I'll just show a clip of it. For the corner of the room that's more of like my desk office-y space, we don't really have too much going on because whenever I'm at my desk I get very overstimulated very quickly, and so I wanted to keep it very clean, very minimal. And the only thing that we have that is seasonal is this candle, which I talked about earlier. They're from World Market. The next thing I feel like is our bed, and I just love the way they turned out because it's super simple. So having the plain black duvet cover and then the black pillows only with the green as what's like seasonal really keeps it from being super overwhelming and makes it seasonal but in like a simple way. The next thing that we have that is kind of hard to show because of being backlit is the garland that we have. I'm leaning towards Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but we got it last year and I'm surprised it honestly survived the bin that we have everything in because the little like cranberry and like pine cone pieces definitely start to wither away when you put stuff away. So definitely something that we need to be careful when we store, but I love it so much. I feel like it adds like the perfect like a seasonal touch, but it's not like a super big garland, so it doesn't take over the space. And then if you can see up there, Sam got a little dinosaur pinata for her birthday and she's been obsessed with it. We can't get rid of it. She literally won't let us throw it out, so it now has a little Santa hat. The last thing before we go into the shelves are our little stockings. I just love the way that they look because they're so tiny, and we actually got the hooks for them, the little stocking holders from At Home. Okay, now is the part that I feel like people are the most excited for because obviously this is a book channel, this is Bookmas, so obviously you're wanting to see the bookshelves. Starting off with our super tiny one because I feel like it's the easiest to go through very quickly. I ended up putting a lot of our books away that are normally out. Going from the top down to the bottom, I have like my Shitless Sparrows displayed, which is one of my favorite books of all time and definitely my favorite book that I read this year. And then going down, we kind of went for like a darker, pinkier, mauve-y type situation. We put these little bookish charms underneath. They're not bookish themselves, but they are meant to be book charms. I ended up dangling them from here. If you see, this is a big gap. I didn't want to mess with all of the shelves, like taking out all the little pins and rearranging it, so I put these here to kind of combat all that space. Okay, and now this is my physical TBR cabinet. So normally it's closed like this and you guys don't really ever see inside of it, but you open it up and I do decorate in here, which is totally unnecessary and not something that you need to feel like you have to do at all. Here are all the books that we have in our physical TBR. We have 2 shelves of it. I ended up putting these presents, which are again part of the crafts that you're going to see in the next video, but I ended up putting these here because I felt like it filled up the space. Now it gets a little funny when I come up here because I am balancing on a step stool and you are balancing on our trash can, but do what we can for the shot. Now going up here, this is the top of our bookshelves, bookcases. I think this corner is my favorite part of the entire room, I think, but every time I say that I notice something else again and it changes. So for now, this is my favorite corner of the room. Up here we have a candle that will not be lit while it's up here, but it is just stored up here because it is like decorational. But we have that other candle from the World Market green one that's on my desk. And then this we got a while ago from Hobby Lobby. We have these 3 Christmas trees. We have 2 big ones and 1 small one, as you can see, and these are also from Hobby Lobby. Going this way, we have like obviously a stack of books, and then we have this little house, which is another thing from Hobby Lobby. We get into this corner, and this corner is where we have my favorite ornament. I love the way it looks. We have another house from Hobby Lobby, and then that lantern I believe is also from Hobby Lobby. Next we have the Knight and the Moth, which is underneath this really cute reindeer. I talked about it a lot in the haul, but I just loved the way it looked, and this is actually something that Sam found, which she is involved in like the decorating process, but she definitely lets me have free reign and rarely is the one that like picks out the pieces. She normally just is like, oh yeah, I like that too, and than we get it, but that was something that she found and I was like, absolutely 110% one of your best finds. I'm obsessed with it, so kudos to Samantha for finding that one. And then once we get over here is where I no longer have a tripod, so if it starts feeling wobbly, it's because I am holding up the camera because I can't have a tripod that works over my bed. So this candle is from Michael's. It's reusable, not reusable, oh my gosh, it's battery operated, and I put this bow on it because I felt like this space didn't have enough Christmassy stuff, so I put that on there like this morning, and I feel like it definitely finished up the space. But then going this way, we have this little cat that is reading what Sam's sister got for me. This is one of the crafts that we did to make it look like string lights on the books, which I love. And then this is another craft that we did. And then over here we just have 2 lanterns, which are both from Hobby Lobby again. Last but certainly not least, we have this little snow globe looking or snowball looking tea light holder. We have an old tea light in here. This is on our nightstand. So that is everything. That is all the decor and all of the seasonal things that we've added to our bookish space, and I love the way that everything turned out. Like I've said multiple times this entire haul and decorating process, and not said enough how much a space can affect you and your mental health. And doing these little things, whether you go out and buy a bunch of stuff or you do crafts at home or you make use of what you already have, it's just so important to try your very best to make your space your own. And that's definitely something that we have really focused on since moving in together, is finding a space where when we walk into this room we immediately feel calm, we immediately feel like we can rest and relax and, you know, partake in our hobbies that we love so much. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm so glad that Bookmas has begun. I'm stressed because it's a lot of filming, a lot of content, a lot of editing, but I'm glad that it's begun. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you in Bookmas Day 2.